Hello everybody, it's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Look what we have here. I'm going to show you my massive amount of blooms. I have 3 different plants in bloom, which is absolutely unbelievable for me because I'm normally running 5 or 6 at a time. So this is why you haven't been seeing a lot of posts, because it's slightly depressing. I'm just not used to coming over here and not seeing anything in bloom. But Jai House Girl, right there. And these did come in spike, and they were in transit during spike, so they're not doing as well as they would have. Plus, I believe this one, I'm pretty sure I did drop this one on the floor. But a beautiful little mini fowl. And back here, absolutely beautiful. This is Williams something or other. Another mini. So you can see that if you didn't have a lot of room, that this is one that you want in your collection. You want a mini. Now these will get a little larger, but they're never going to be massively large, like a full-size Phalaenopsis. It's just not going to happen. So much better if you're dealing with a small space. Now, the third one in bloom is my Advance Australia. Doing rather well. And some more spikes on the way. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to be honest, let's get real. Holly spent way too much time on the lake this summer. Holly spent way too much time blueberry picking, hiking, doing everything she was doing. I am not a summer person. I don't care for summer. But this year, I don't know. Something snapped. I had a snap. Something changed. I decided I loved summer. And I decided I was going to take advantage of every moment of it. So a lot of my orchids suffered. I do believe I had like 8 or 9 orchid actually demises. They're gone. The pots have been emptied out. Some things, being that I did move everything, the majority of my plants did move to terracotta last year. Okay, that's perfect for when old Holly was doing what she was doing, paying very constant and close attention to them. This year, I did not do that. So guess what happens with terracotta? Yeah, they dried out. So I did lose some. I lose some things that you would think automatically I would have lost. I didn't lose any cattleyas. What does that tell you? They don't need so much moisture. I did lose things like Miltoniopsis, which is heartbreaking. So they were the first ones out the door. I think I lost 3 of them, which really did cut my collection down because I didn't have a lot of them to begin with. So if you have terracotta, you have to watch it closely. And it is 100% my fault. I spent way too much time outside enjoying my summer. Lesson learned. But here is a sheath coming on Soundworth number 28. It's a Brassolalia Cattleya. Here is Tuckerara. And I'm going to say, I believe this also is a BLC. There is a sheath. It's muddled up with my burro's tail. Let me see over here. Now, this is a no ID. I don't know what this one is. Obviously a Cattleya type, but there is a sheath right here. And there is another sheath right here. 2 sheaths on this one. So I'm hoping. And after that, I believe we'll have an ID. And you know, I'm not so certain that, I don't want to say what it is. I'm not sure. It could be the Hawaiian wedding song. But then again, I don't think it is. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm not sure. This one here it has a wonky leaf. That's not very good. But down in there is a sheath, and it does have some little buds forming. So I think we're still going to get a bloom out of this one. Over here, let me see what this one is called. Maybe the lighting is not the best for this today. Beach View. That's a Cattleya. There is a sheath in there. Oh, hello. We have somebody viewing us. She is watching her mama. I know. Precious heart. This is my Lilibet. Okay. Let me see. No little sheets down in there. Nothing on here yet, but we are moving into twinkle season. And I am going to express again, bad care this year. I normally would have 7 or 8 spikes on these plants. This one so far only has 4. And then 2 over here. So only 4 so far when I normally would have 7 or 8. So yeah, that is all on me. Now down here is another twinkle with another spike. And I do have more in the other room. I just am not spotting any spikes yet. And this will develop more. So when you're seeing spikes develop, you really want to add a little more of the potassium level. Your middle number should jump up a little higher. You don't need so much nitrogen. You want to give it what it needs for the bloom. You still want some nitrogen. So yeah, here are the very few orchids I have that are spiking, that are in bloom. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do what I think. I have a birthday coming up this month, and I'm really thinking, even though I was so horrible to my orchids, I might give Sheldon a call over at Carmela Orchids. I might treat myself to a small amount. Because once again, I'm going to show you my garden out here now, where I do actually have some blooms. The marigolds are stealing the show right now. Yeah, I'm going to get a couple more in bloom because this is where I sit for my coffee. This is where I sit. There's my chair. I sit there. I enjoy my books, my reading. There's a dog here on the chair. But I'm missing my blooms. So I'm probably going to go ahead and I'm going to try to keep it to his number, whatever number it is special, where he only gives you 3 in spike or bloom. We shall see if I hold to that or if I get more. Because honestly, I still have a very large collection for in a home. I'm still well over 130, 140 orchids easily. So I can't justify getting more of them, especially due to the neglect I suffered this summer. They suffered this summer where I was just busy all the time. So I'm like, really? After you were so bad to all your orchids, should you reward yourself with more? But come on, we all have times we go through. So I do think, come on, this needs a little pizzazz over here. We're used to seeing a lot of blooms over here. So I think I may go ahead and just treat myself. Who knows? Maybe we'll get 8 or 9. I don't need that many. What I am going to do though is I am going to pop in to Home Depot the next time I'm over in Mansfield. I'm going to pop in over there, and they often have $5 orchids, the Phalaenopsis, 2 for $10, and those are long time bloomers. I might go ahead and get 3 or 4 of those just to pop around the house. You know what? I was mistaken. I do have 2 more orchids in bloom in the other room, in the living room. I have 2 more orchids over there in the grow space / living room that are Phalaenopsis. So I have a whopping 5 orchids in bloom. But that's only because I did purchase a few things already in bloom or spike. These were not part of my collection until a couple months ago. So I don't know. The Oncidiums just are not doing their thing. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with my Oncidium collection. They're typically always in bloom. But look at the twinkles. That's an Oncidium family. I don't understand why all my Oncidiums are not doing better. So maybe they're going to come into bloom more in the winter? I'm not certain. But it seems like I normally in the past always had an Oncidium blooming. So we shall see. But this one here you do see right here with nothing on it. This is Phylogeny udesana. And it is an absolute favorite of mine. I searched over a year when I did lose one. I searched over a year for a new one. And where did I even get this from? Oh, I think you know what? This came from Triton. So, yeah, this came from Triton Orchids, Michael Cook. He did hunt this one down for me, which was really nice of him. But no blooms yet. So I'm hoping on the next growth, I'll get a nice spike there. So yeah, this is it. This is what's going on. Sadly, not very much. Hence, you haven't been seeing me. Oh, I will share with you though that also during the time of my enjoying summer, we came down hard with the case of the mealybugs. Yeah. So a lot of my orchids I did take to the sink. I did give them a really, really good scrubbing with Dawn dish soap, and then I sprayed with alcohol. I absolutely had no other choice. And I do feel that we're coming through it. So I think some of the loss was also due to the mealybug infestation. Some of them, one of the plants that was Phalaenopsis I bought from, I don't know, Kroger or somewhere, when I removed it from the pot and I looked at the roots, 100% infestation with mealies. This came dripping with mealies and I didn't catch it. So if you are buying an orchid from somewhere, especially like a Phalaenopsis that you could pull up out of the decorative pot and you could look through the clear pot, really give those roots a good going over. Really look at that, because that I dropped the ball on. That came into my home. There's no way in just a month or two that it became so heavily infested where the entire root ball was just dripping with these. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time cleaning them up. I spent a lot of time removing any of the anything dried on there. So mealybugs had nowhere to get down in. So yeah, it has been a rather depressing summer. And that's just the realities. That's just reality. So if your collection is going through the summer doldrums, don't feel bad about it. I mean, it happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. Unless you're particularly lucky and you're just always on the ball with your plants, things are going to happen. Like over here, we have, look at that. That went through some water damage. But in the back here, we do have a brand new growth. So just don't rush out and cut all of those off, because you do need those. They still are serving a purpose. They're still, no matter how they look desiccated, unless they're completely gone and brown, just leave them on. Unless it looks terribly diseased, then you snip it off. But leave them on. They're still serving the orchid. So yeah, that's really about all I have for you today. We have to get busy. It is Friday. It's still a school day, so we will be doing homeschooling today. Get that out of the way for the day. And then tomorrow is Expert Hikers. As I tell you, I spend too much time outside telling you all the things we're going to be doing. Expert hiking on Saturday morning. Sorry, this is Thursday. But tomorrow evening is a group will be meeting at the lake to go kayaking. And you know I'm not going to miss that. I'm 10 minutes from the lake. That's part of the problem. There's my car. My kayaks are literally on the ground behind the car, upside down. I throw it in. I am in the water in 15 minutes from when I decide to go. So, okay, you guys have a great day. Please like, share, subscribe. Sorry I haven't been on here very much. Take care, and above all, enjoy those orchids.